Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction and read through for Omniscient Reader, chapter 297. I'm really excited to finally be getting to it this week. So this week I've had a fever and my voice has been gone all week, but I still tried on Tuesday. Usually I record for ORV on Tuesdays, and when I went to record, my voice was actually gone. Like I couldn't speak whatsoever. So I still have a fever. I was feeling awful when I first woke up this morning, but kind of fine now. Even Tuesday, it's like I wasn't feeling the worst or anything, but my voice was literally gone. So even though I wasn't feeling the worst or anything, I just literally couldn't speak. But I figure ORV, it's not that long, so I'll be fine, especially if it's another action chapter. It's not going to be crazy long. This is the worst week to say this, but I was like, hopefully the audio sounds okay. Of course, it's gonna sound different. It's gonna sound wrong because my voice is still kind of somewhat gone. So I had heard when I was watching the intro to Ron Can's Tower of God stream. I haven't been able to stick around since I'm not caught up to Tower of God, but I was hanging around during the intro, and he brought up that OBS, the new update, changed the audio mixer, and I was like, oh no, I don't like change with my tech. It's like I do not like change. Just keep things how they are when it comes to anything tech related. But I think I messed around with things and it looks normal to me. So hopefully it sounds normal. Hopefully it sounds alright. I think that's about it though. The only other thing I want to say in the intro is probably, I guess, maybe last update on rereading and taking notes. I finished taking notes for 293 earlier today, so I've basically reread, like I'm only 3 chapters behind once I read this 4 chapters behind. In terms of rereading and taking notes. So rereading and taking notes is basically done. I just finished 293. And one thing that I was reminded of that I completely forgot had even happened was the fortune-telling prophecy thing with Dokja's mom and Sangha and Sooyoung. I had completely forgot that had ever even happened. It is in that memory hole region. I've brought this up before when it comes to reactions and stuff, and I feel like other creators agreed with me too when I talked about it. If something comes within the last 2 weeks, it's like, oh yeah, I remember in detail the last 2 chapters or something that I read. I just read them. Or if something is months ago, I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this exactly. But there's this weird gap. There's this weird gap between 2 or 3 weeks ago and a long time ago. There's this gap where it's just I don't remember things in that gap. It's like I remember what I just read recently, and I remember things that I read a while ago, but there's this gap between that it's like it hasn't been around long enough to be set concretely in memory, and it wasn't recent enough that it's still in my memory. There's always this gap. That was in that gap. I completely forgot that we even saw that even happened. I just thought that was weird. I read that scene and I was like, I do not remember this scene at all. So either way, let's get into reading 297 for this week. We're continuing on. Manu was about to attack here and clash with Junghyuk. We had saw them fighting a bit, but he's going in with this attack. Hyung, send messages through the wall. What? To who? To founder of mankind. Huh? You mean the one who's busy fighting with Junghyuk right now? Oh? You have received a message from a freshman girl. And he's staying strong? He's ignoring it? What the hell are all these messages? So, that's your grand tactic? How pathetic. Just like when Huiwon evolved from crouching figure into the judge of evil. And just like when Hyunsung mastered the great mountain crush, Junghyuk's moment has finally come. Okay, the master has more traits than I can count. Well, though of course the best one is the regressor. The master of all cures isn't bad either, and the adversary of gods and demons is great too. Which one am I most jealous of? That's easy. The ruler of games, obviously. He's pro-gaming. He's doing it. And we have him back in his pre-apocalypse life, which is so cool and interesting because it's this whole life that Jungkook has lived that basically doesn't exist in reality. Like, it exists to Jungkook, but it's a backstory to a story that Dokja has read. So it's like, it's not even something that happened during the story or anything. It's a character background in a story. And now he's activating Gamersite. Participant Eugene Cook's professional gamer is evolving. Okay. In that moment, Jungkook looked as though he'd seen through the entire game. He's got a loading screen, apparently. He sees the hood and everything. Legendary trait, Ruler of Games. Right now, he's probably seeing all of Manu's attacks as a mix of data and patterns. As long as we're in a game, Jungkook stands closer to godhood than any constellation in this world. Manu rushes still. He's looking at the graphs, the charts, the data. He avoids it. Going low and slicing through. Participant Eugene Cook is Killed Helper, founder of Mankind. Also, yeah, it was reiterated rereading in the early chapters of this, because we're just about to start this. Dokja brings up, if you die in the game, it's not like you die for real. So that does mean that at least Samyoung and Osu are okay, because I've been worried about Samyoung and Osu. Participant Eugene Cook has earned the achievement Living Legend. Participant Eugene Cook begins writing a new myth upon the mythic battlefield. Participant Eugene Cook's myth has entered the battlefield rankings. And we got Dokka can be young. Be young is so cute here. The first game has ended. That's it? What? The winning team will be determined based on the points earned within the time limit. I thought it wouldn't end until they stole one of the, like, things they had to guard. I forget what they're called exactly. One of the token things they had to guard, or everybody was killed. Winner of round 1 is the Eugene Cook Dokja Kim Industrial Complex. Nice. Okay. And we see, in the midst of that dreadful demonic realm, the flowers of story bloomed in profusion. That is not what it said before, or at least what the one that, what's-his-face was holding, or the one Myungo was holding before. Did we actually win? Yeah. As a reward for round 1, each participant has received 100,000 coins. The Skybreaking Master, who had vanished for a while, turned out to be guarding Jungkook from nearby, keeping other constellations from getting close. She even managed to seize one of the opposing teams, the MVP. I love her so much. I love her so much. MVP. Like, even took one of the opposing team's crests. Isn't that, like, the actual goal? Shouldn't that team be out, then? The first game may have gone the way we wanted, but it's still too early to celebrate. The Demon King, Demon God of Wrath and Lust, is watching you with interest. Right, Asmodeus said he would join round 3, right? Many constellations are cheering for the Eugene Cook Dokja Kim Industrial Complex. Huh, look at him getting all smug. So I wonder, are we just going to do this game multiple times, or is the game going to change from a MOBA into something else each time? But now that it's a game, and we have the awakened pro gamer Jungkook on our hands, then shouldn't we be pretty good? I had nothing to do with those messages. She's the one who sent them. What are you talking about? Bah! And we have... I love doll Uriel so much, and I love Biyu every time. So, I said at chapter 300, once I'm done with my notes and we're caught up and everything, I'm doing 2 big special videos. I haven't really said what they were to be a surprise, but like most of you probably already know what one of them's going to be. It's going to be another character ranking, because I haven't done one in forever. When was the last time I did a character ranking? Was it maybe around 220 when we finished kind of that big sort of section of the story. But I feel like when I do another character ranking, spoiler alert, Uriel and Biyu are going to be like near the top. I love them so much, and I think that that's something that rereading has given me a better perspective on, like all of the characters. But when I was rereading, like every time I saw Biyu, I was just so happy. I was just like, oh my god, Biyu! And then every time, Uriel has probably made me laugh more than any character, made me cry more than any character. I love Uriel so much. Every time Uriel does anything in the story, I'm so entertained. So again, spoilers for our character ranking video, but if you've been watching the reactions, you can probably tell it's going to be so difficult for Uriel to not be number one. It's going to be a real tough race. Jungkook was number one last time, my favorite last time. I still love Jungkook so much. So the competition, there are a lot of characters I love so much, but the competition up at the top is really, really tough for some of the characters at the top, but especially the sort of running favorite character Jungkook versus Uriel is going to be so tough. Bah, bah, I love Biyu, so cute. Just shaking Uriel around in her face. Constellation, demonic judge of fire, is claiming she didn't do anything. Right, because he said before, again, it was one of those things, when I was rereading, I noticed and thought it was weird, and I actually think it's cool that I just read that earlier, because if not, I probably wouldn't have even really, properly taken understanding of it or whatever. But when Dokja was trying to find helpers and he was trying to convince a constellation to take the last position other than Bald Army General, he was going to like all of the usuals, you know. And one of the usuals he asked, he was like, Demonic Judge of Fire, Uriel, I think he just used Uriel's name. And the message he got was Constellation Eden is a little bit worried or something like that. And for the others, he's like, Prisoner of the Golden Headband, and Wukong responds and stuff. But when it was Uriel, it wasn't actually Uriel that responded, it was Eden that responded. And so I was thinking, is Eden just having to like hold Uriel back? Like, we have to actually hold Uriel back or she will take part in this, and that's why it wasn't Uriel like individually who sent a message. But now this might be why it wasn't Uriel individually sending a message. She's thrown onto the ground. How far did you go exactly? All the way near the Meladon Industrial Complex. Why'd you go that far? I needed to pick up an item. An item? Which one? Doesn't matter. I got it already. Plus I thought, starting somewhere unexpected would be better. Good call. That was incredible. But the game isn't over until it's truly over. And we've got MC Biyu. Round 2 starts in 5 minutes. And this, I was thinking this too. There's no way I'm going to be able to say it that doesn't sound weird, if I'm being completely honest. But to be less weird, but also less completely honest, I think Dokak's old design looked better. Like, I loved Dokak's original, like, lower level Dokkaebi design. So when I heard Dokak was coming back, I was really, really, really excited because I thought Dokak had one of the best Dokkaebi designs. So I was like really hyped. I was like, holy crap, we get to see Dokak as like a higher level Dokkaebi. The design's going to be so cool because in my mind, the bar was set so high. And honestly, Dokak, I don't think Dokak's design is as good for me as the older design. And it might just be faces. Like, even lately in the past 10-20 chapters, Biyu's faces aren't as good for me, to me personally, as they used to be. I used to really love all of the Dokkaebi facial expressions a lot. So it might just be different members of the team or whatever working on the chapters, and that is affected my opinion. But yeah, Dokak to me just hasn't been quite at the level of original Dokak. Then round 2 starts in 5 minutes. We've got everybody regenerating. Okay, So if they're regenerating, we hopefully get Osu and Samyang back. Everyone, we just need to win one more time. Once we get 2 wins, the game's over. So let's hang in there just a little longer. Okay, so it's like a best 2 out of 3 thing? Osu is tiny, and I guess Samyang has been turned into like a different representative incarnation. Great monk Samyang, why do you look like that? Well, it's... Did I get Samyang's name wrong just a second ago? I'm sorry if I said Samyang's name wrong. But yeah, it seems he's done like we saw at the original Constellation Banquet that we first saw, gone back into a just representative incarnation. And then why do you look like that? Well, it seems I've used up too much plausibility. Osu? And Osu's a puppy? I really hope Osu gets to stick around more in the story. I can't do this anymore. I mean, if the authors are thinking, okay, we can only have 1 dog member of the group, obviously I want Skybreaking Master to stay around over Osu, but I would love to have both of them. Like, we have both kid members of the group sticking around, Gil Young and Yu Sung, so why can't we have both dog members of the group sticking around? I can't do this anymore. It's alright, Mr. Han. Thank you. We'll take it from here. I'll try to get us some backup. Do you have any constellations you can reach out to? Okay, so can you sub between rounds? If so, I feel like, you know, Manu might have a ton of probability to spare to come back, but he took an L already. Do some of the lesser ones that didn't do as well as Manu, do they get subbed out because they didn't do as well? You know what I mean? Should they get subbed out? And if that's the case, do we get to sub out Osu and possibly Myung-ho and Samyang for some more helpers? Do you have any constellations you can reach out to? And Junghyuk was completely against working with constellations before, so probably not. I can't guarantee they'll make it in time. I'll add them to the list for now. Who's he trying to call? Did Junghyuk even have that kind of connection at this point? So I'm thinking that all of the constellations we know of have kind of either A, they've already rejected the summons, so to speak, or they're more close to Dokja than they are to Junghyuk. And Junghyuk already said before that he wasn't really willing to work with constellations the way Dokja was, for as much as Dokja hates constellations. So like all of our constellation friends, all of our constellation allies, they're kind of a Dokja thing, not a Junghyuk thing. So this has got to either be incarnations like people from our original group, or transcendence like if Kyrgios was able to make it back to the Wuxia world, and with the combined forces of Kyrgios and Skybreaking Swordmaster, they were able to stop the calamity, catastrophe, end of the world there. If it could be those two. Can't guarantee they'll make it in time. I'll add them to the list for now. So it's like either got to be incarnations like people from our original group making it here somehow, or Kyrgios and Skybreaking Swordmaster is what I'm thinking. That would be my prediction. Did Junghyuk even have that kind of connection at this point? We need to change our strategy for round 2 and our positions too. Why? Can't we just do what we did last round? Junghyuk's trait is powerful, but that doesn't mean he's invincible. Sorry, I'm just distracted by how cute our little group, our little team is. I love our team. I love them so much. Especially just seeing Skybreaking Master down there. Really? You look pretty much invincible to me. I have an idea. And again, shouldn't he be kind of near invincible? I mean, not like near invincible, but shouldn't he be really OP now that he has his sort of awakened trait? Because they're still doing the same sort of game. Meladon Industrial Complex. For this round, we've decided to work together with the Burkan Industrial Complex. Okay, that must be Meladon himself. Because he doesn't look, very... What's the word I'm looking for here? He doesn't look like any of the... like any of what I would think a Vedas Papyrus or Olympus member would look like. You're telling me we're supposed to join forces with those papyrus scraps. Now's not the time to be picky. Don't worry. I let my guard down in the last round, but that won't happen this time. Constellation, founder of Mankind, has purchased the top-tier gaming talent trait. Constellation, thunder-devouring bird, has purchased the item Even a Bird Brain can become a game master in a week. My, what great purchases. We have Dokak. You know, this is an okay Dokak expression. I don't know, I just feel like whoever was doing the Dokubi expressions before, they were really, really, really good early in the series. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I feel like early in the series, like, the Dokubis made all of these crazy, like, really cool facial expressions. Let's go. Their only all-rounder is that monstrous incarnation. And Oedipus is kind of just lurking after the L last time. If we take him down, the victory is ours. And we end there. Okay. Alright. So, Jungkook said he would add people to the list if they can potentially make it in time. So, if they do make it, is that like a substitution kind of thing? Or do you get to add in new people each round? I would assume it's a substitution kind of thing to sub out Samyoung and Osu who are injured, and maybe Myung-go who doesn't want to fight, though I feel like you could technically keep any of them in and just keep them away from the fight for now. But also, gotta give a shout out for the actual MVP, Skybreaking Master. Like, Skybreaking Master has done so much in that round off screen. That was crazy. Protected Jungkook from constellations, mind you, and also stole one of the opposing team's pieces. And what you need to do to win is to wipe out the opposing team or take their pieces, right? So would that not mean that they won because they took the piece? Or I guess it's like a cumulative point thing from taking pieces and wiping out the other team members. They just got the most points within the time limit. That's not how I was expecting it to go. I wasn't expecting it to be a best 2 out of 3 rounds kind of thing. I was kind of, or I guess it can be more best 2 out of up to 4, because they could each win 1 and then have a tiebreaker as the 4th round. I wasn't expecting it to work that way. I thought the game would just continue on until all but one team was left standing, and if you got your piece taken, that was basically like the whole team being taken out, was how I was interpreting it. But yeah, Skybreaking Master did amazing. I love our team. They're so cute. I love them so much. Again, I was worried about Samyoung and Osu, so I'm glad they're fine. If you die in the game, you don't have to die in real life. And I'm excited for who our new teammates will end up being, I guess. It would be exciting if it was original team members, and I think that's maybe more likely than Skybreaking Swordmaster and Kyrgios, because they're kind of doing things, I guess. Maybe it would be too soon to see them again. So for me, I think it's maybe more likely that it's like old teammates, like Incarnations. And if so, hopefully, hopefully Jungkook made some good choices. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna sound like a hater, but bring in like Soo-young or Hyun-sung, or Hwee-won is super powerful. I guess Silwa's a healer, so I don't want to be too much of a hater, but like not Mia. We haven't seen Mia do anything except eat the flagpole that one time. So, hopefully Jungkook can make some good choices if he is bringing in like Incarnations. But as nice as it would be to see them again, and that'd be nice and all, I kind of prefer our teammates that we have now. And also, as much as it'd be neat to see them again, I would be a lot more hyped if it was Kyrgios and Skybreaking Swordmaster. Like, that would just be hype. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I wonder if we get those replacements, if it'll be next chapter, or because I don't know if a webtoon would do this, like, hold on, we need to pump the brakes a little, slow the pacing a little so that we can do something big for chapter 300. I don't know if a webtoon would really care about doing that. Like making a milestone chapter a big important chapter. So we'll see. We'll see how it ends up. But either way, that's it for this week. This actually ended up being a longer discussion, a longer video than I expected, but thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's chapter, my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more Omniscient Reader, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. If you'd like to help support the channel by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, it's appreciated. And if you'd like to help support the channel by hitting join down below to become a member, or going to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. It's again really appreciated. You help support the channel, you get your name at the end of videos, and you get One Piece videos early. Also, I haven't looked to update this in like a week, so I am sorry for if there's anyone I need to update, but thank you for patrons and members. For chosen regulars, Evan, Holly, and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, Dee Ben, and Maru, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pater Deal, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.